So you want to write a book, but you have no idea how to end your story. You're afraid that you'll end your book on the wrong note and it'll leave readers totally pissed off. It can be even worse when your book is just one in an ongoing series, leaving you unsure of what a good ending for it would look like. Well, fret not, cause I'm here to tell you the basic shit you need to know to give your story the best possible ending. First off, you need to make sure that your novel contains a complete, finished story. Even if it's a part of a larger series, this book needs its own self-contained story that feels complete while leading into another thread for another novel. And on that note, you'll also want to make sure that you don't leave any loose plot or character threads, cause those are gonna piss your readers right the fuck off. Any subplots you've had going on, unless they're meant to continue in another novel, make sure they're properly concluded. Now the climax of your novel, no dirty jokes, you filthy heathen, is the last and most intense portion of action of your novel. Again, no jokes. Whatever your main conflict is, this is where it comes to the forefront. This is where the stakes are the highest and where shit hits the fan. Of course, your climax is going to change depending on your genre. Fantasy and sci-fi will probably have huge battles spanning several chapters, whereas contemporary, I don't know, you'll figure it out. The point is that whatever has been happening in your story, it needs to really ramp up during the climax. Then there's the resolution, which is the aftermath of the climax that finishes off your novel. Now keep in mind that a resolution doesn't necessarily need to be a happy ending where everyone lives. All it means is a wrap up of your story, because ending your story right as the climax ends is a surefire way to leave stuff hanging. Resolutions are definitely shorter than the climax, though they should ideally last at least 2 or 3 chapters. For example, let's say you were writing a story with some girl dealing with a serial killer on her tail. Why? I don't fucking know, it's just an example. So the climax could be she and her family and her friends get kidnapped, and one of them is brutally killed to raise the stakes. The rest of the climax, which could be about 3 to 5 chapters, would be their attempt in escaping the killer, culminating in the killer's demise, either he's killed or is brought to justice. The resolution would be the girl's life after this, perhaps seeing the killer in court or prison where he belongs, able to feel a sense of relief, and definitely some therapy. Point is, we need to see her moving on from this all in a way that feels satisfying, and any subplots like, say, a romance or a bit of family drama could be resolved here as well. So there you go, the basic shit you need to know to best end your story. If you'd like to see more writing tips, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell because YouTube hates creators. I'm hoping to publish my own new adult urban fantasy novel this year, Diseneribus from the Ashes. If you could check out the synopsis, first chapter, and announcement trailer in the description below, I would really appreciate it. I've also started a Patreon, so if you'd like to become one of my children, the link is also in the description. By becoming a patron, not only would you be supporting me directly, as well as get my review notes and early reviews and videos, but higher tiers give you access to the private Asshole Parade Discord server, as well as the first 4 chapters of my novel. I'm the Unicorn of War, and this has been a shit show.